Hey guys, so this is how I used to look. My body wasn't perfect, I had a lot of acne and so forth, but gosh darn it, I was skinny-ish. That's pretty darn skinny, and semi-muscular. I'm still muscular, but the funny thing about, muscles... Sorry, are you laughing? Are you laughing at me? I'm muscular. I can do like way more push-ups than you, maybe. Anyway, I used to look like that lobster thing, but since then I've made an enormous mistake, and it is a mistake that a lot of people have made. At the end of this video, I'm gonna show you me shirtless. I don't know if you want to see that, but I'll show you how fat I've gotten. I mean, by contrast to what I was.
This is my vegetarian
And at the end of this video, I'll be showing you how much I currently weigh. But first I want to show you a body percentage fat something chart. So if you look at this chart, I'm 5'11", and right at about 172 is the maximum I want to be. If I'm heavier than 172, like 179, I'm actually literally considered overweight. Yikes. So I literally am, I'm not fat, but I am in between 5'11 and 6'0". So that would actually still push me into the overweight zone. And that's really scary for me. It's scary for me because I've always made fun of fat people, and it'd be really ironic if I wound up being fat myself, Die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. Not today, no. I make fun of myself in other ways, for like my zits and stuff. I don't need to make fun of my own fat too. That would be ridiculous. But first off, a montage of Onision without shirts. There we go, that's not that bad, but if you look on the side, I have like these patches of really large brown areas. Those have since gone away. I don't know what that was. I don't, it's just weird. Here I am again shirtless, but it looks like I have like pudge on the sides. I don't know what that is, but it's just like kind of like muffining out. And yet in this picture I was like 173. Got another one. This is where I'm looking like 176, which again, that is about overweight almost. Me just looking cute. I am bringing that look back. You just wait. I'm gonna bring it back. Oh yeah, you guys remember when I used to wear like stuff over my nipples because I was like, if women can't show their nipples, then I won't either. That lasted a couple years. That was good. Meanwhile, I don't want to be this guy. It might surprise you, but I feel like this guy is a human snake. The ideal body type for me would be something more like this. Yeah, that's right. I want to be Team Jacob because that's really good. I mean, I know they spray painted on his abs, but still. And I also definitely don't want to be this guy. Vegan gains is a little bit wild and crazy for me. See what I mean? Seriously. Calm it down, turtle head. Okay, that might be my ideal body. I don't know if I want to lick it. I don't want to lick it. I don't like muscular guys. But I do maybe want to get licked like that. Okay, now I don't want it. That's disgusting. That is a lobster man. Now, as far as the ideal body for men and women, I'd like to know what that is. This is something pretty much irrelevant because we're talking about the female body, and either way, she looks a little bit, I don't know, skinny. She could use maybe 10 more pounds. Now, for guys, you're supposed to have Harry Styles hair. I did it. I'm good. You're supposed to have that guy's face. I don't think I could do that. David Gandy's torso. Like I said, that's ideal. I want to go for whatever that is. I don't want to go for this because this is like, he looks kind of meaty, like a professional wrestler. I don't want to be meaty. That would be awkward. People would just think I was a guy who was stupid and, oh, they already think I'm stupid? Hey, shut up. Shut up. This dude just does not shut his mouth. You think about it and then we'll maybe hang out. Okay? What a twit. So before I get started on actually showing you guys what's up, I wanted to find out how I could lose weight. That's very important. A lot of you guys probably want to know. I have a theory that simply cutting all the beverages, just drinking straight up water and orange juice and maybe almond milk, those are the 3 beverages that I'm basically gonna go for, and tea, 4 beverages. I think that'll actually solve my problem because I may have gained this weight due to a recent diet change where I started consuming a lot of coffee creamer. What I would do is make myself some English tea. I would add 4 packs of stevia, and I would add about 20 tablespoons of creamer. And if you look at the nutritional facts on creamer, 1 tablespoon is like 4 grams of sugar. So if I had 20 of those at 80 grams of sugar in 1 beverage, it's like, wow. That's like drinking 2 sodas, okay? And I would have like 1 to 3 cups of tea a day. So obviously that's why I got fatter. And the reason I think that this is what made it happen is because that's the only main dietary change that I made. And when it comes to people in general, if you eat something like you have to chew it up, your body, in my opinion, my uneducated opinion, is less likely to absorb what you chewed up than it is to absorb something that is purely a liquid. If something is introduced to your digestive system as a liquid, in what work does your digestive digestive system have to do before it actually absorbs said nutrients. It probably has to do a lot less work, and therefore it can focus more on the efficiency of actually absorbing everything, thus making you fatter more efficiently, taking the majority of the calories rather than only a fraction of the calories with stuff that you chewed up like a slob, hence why you can still see entire corn kernels in your poop. Work on your chewing, Gladys.
One more time. One more time. This is my medicine!
Anyway, so what I'm saying is if you're super fat, you should probably stop drinking your goddamn Pepsi, because that is probably the root of most all of your obesity issues. There are two things that I see consistently with people who are fat. One of them is that they love drinking beverages that are sugary. My dad and stepmom in particular love drinking, yeah, that's basically it. They love drinking stuff like this. Probably the pink lemonade they're a real big fan of. They would have a sugary beverage with every damn vegetarian meal they ate until eventually they became meat eaters, and then they exploded in obesity. So they started out with sugary beverages, which made them somewhat fat, and then they transitioned over to eating meats, and then they got super fat. So my recommendation to everybody, if you really want to be in shape based on my experiences, you really need to cut out those sugary beverages and completely erase red meat from your diet. Maybe white meat too, but first get rid of red meat. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and check out what I look like shirtless.
Okay, so you might be thinking, why are you still wearing clothes, Greg? And that's because, I don't know. Hold on. All right, so this is what I look like without a shirt. Look right here. That's a crease from my fat hitting the pant line. Now this is just like a month of me consuming heavy amounts of creamer in my tea. And look at all this right here. This is actually like bits of clustered fat. So I could go, this is my vegetarian body! But if you see, I'm a little thick down here. See that? And also look down here, this is something new. I have this little like double boob crease. It's pretty embarrassing. Like, yeah, I also need to groom my chest a bit. It's just, there's a lot going on. So now I'm going to show you how much I weigh. I'm wearing pants, so you can subtract at most a pound. They're actually lighter than you think. And this is my vegetarian weight. Okay. Yesterday I was 183 pounds. You may ask, how did you lose 4 pounds in a day? Well, I took a big bathroom break, and I also have cut completely consuming any sugary beverages. I'm trying to think of any sugary beverages I had. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've consumed no sugary beverages. So my weight goal is about 166 pounds. If I get to that goal, I'll make another video updating you guys on all the changes.
So, Social Repose not too long ago straight up starved himself.
I'm currently 156 pounds. So at 5'11", for like an American guy, I looked it up in the BMI charts, and it's healthy.
And he obviously did this for views. He wanted to see what would happen if he didn't eat any food for 30 days, but then he admitted that he did eat some food during that time.
This is after 33-ish, 34 days of pretty much not eating.
All about that clickbait, you know? But I want you guys to know that I'm gonna do this really responsibly in the sense that I'm gonna continue eating what I usually eat. I'm just cutting out all these beverages that are unhealthy for me. Specifically, I'm just cutting creamer and anything else that's liquid that could be high sugar or high calorie. And I'm fairly confident that if I do this, I'm gonna lose a ton of weight. You guys are gonna see it, and I'm gonna be back in the BMI healthy area. It's been a couple days since I started the diet, so check this out. Still healthy. A couple disclaimers. You should know that the BMI chart is not always an accurate judge of how fat you are, considering there's this thing called muscle weight and water weight and other things that aren't necessarily applicable to actual fat cells and so forth. But what I will say is that my pants usually don't fit this snug. I've actually gotten rid of a couple pair of pants that used to fit.
This underwear is a size large, and it's skin freaking tight. I don't like that.
So this is a problem for me, as I simply do not fit this weight. I like feeling good about myself, and this is a healthy turn, and you guys got to know the difference between a healthy turn and something that's extremely unhealthy. Typically, you can tell whether or not something's healthy or not as to whether or not someone's just cutting out the junk food or cutting out all the food. Okay, so I'm getting rid of a lot of my junk drinks, and I'm going to focus purely on being the weight that makes me feel happiest and is literally the healthiest. So please be careful with your weight. Don't starve yourself, eat healthy foods, etc. I'm simply leading by example and cutting out junk food. So if you want to follow my advice, I sincerely doubt that cutting out soda from your diet will have any negative side effects on you. I still recommend you double check with your doctor for the sake of me not getting in trouble for being wrong. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Boob squeeze.
We are not robots. We are not slaves. We are Banana Nation.